Acne is something that a lot of us struggle with, some cases more severe than others. To some people, it's seen as temporary, something that will clear up in a few days or weeks and simply not worth worrying about. What isn't seen most of the time is the struggle, the obsessing, the hope in a new product, and the optimism or resentment every time we take a look in the mirror. I'm 21 and I've had acne for almost 2 years now. I had it on and off throughout my teenage years, but it returned worse than I'd ever had before. I'm making this film to normalise acne and remind anyone else who is struggling that you're not alone. This is something that I needed to remember too, so I listened to the advice that I gave myself 4 years before.
I wrote a tweet and it basically said, I hate making first impressions when I look ugly AF. And I got a really lovely tweet back, and it was like, oh, you could never look ugly, or you look perfect, or something like that anyway. And I was just thinking, I always make videos when I feel like I look good, or I never want to put out a bad image of myself because I know that people are watching me. And whether it's like everyday life, you see people for like a split second and then they're gone, or I just feel like people are judging more online. But then at the end of the day, I thought, you know what, screw it, I just want to film this video so I can show people that my skin is terrible and I do go through things like that and it isn't nice. And basically, like I said, it was getting me down and I was really upset, like putting my makeup on, taking my makeup off. I just felt I looked so bad. And at the end of the day now, I've just like got a new mindset and I'm just thinking, you know what, who cares at the end of the day? I think everybody has insecurities and everyone is too focused on themselves rather than even caring about yours or anyone else's insecurities for that matter. So I think the best thing to do is to just walk around with a smile on your face, because when you're smiling, you look better and you're gonna feel so much better about yourself, and a smile just shows confidence as well. And yeah.
I was so nervous to post that video, but the love and support that everyone gave each other was just so overwhelming. This is what I usually look like, and when I've been filming these acne videos, I'm literally just coming on here my very raw self. Okay, so when and why did I get acne? Okay, I can pinpoint this exactly. So back when I was in sixth form, when I was about 17 or 18, I decided to go on the injection. And if you don't know what the injection is, it's a form of contraception that is an injection that you get in the top of your bum cheek. At that time, all of my friends were going on contraception. It was a safe thing to do. And I'd also heard all the perks of having the injection. Literally none of my friends went on, actually. Everyone was either on the pill or they got the coil inserted, and I was just like, nah, I don't want either of those, so I thought the injection is the easiest thing to do. And I also heard that you get light periods from it, you get no period pains. And to be completely honest, I did not do my own research. I took everything that the doctors said at face value, and I was like, yeah, might as well go on it. So I was on the injection for I think 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and it's supposed to be like a temporary thing. So I decided to come off the injection in April 2017. You have your injections every 3 months, and that was when my injection was. I was due for one at that point. I went for it, and then after that I was like, you know what, I don't want to be on this anymore. I rang the doctors up. I was like, cancel my next appointment because it got automatically generated, and I was just like, I don't want to be on this anymore. So that was it. When I came off the injection, there was nothing gradual. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I just went off it like cold turkey. And at that same point, when I was due for my next one, my body felt that I was due because it was so used to it after all this time. Obviously I didn't get the injection, it didn't get the hormones, and I never got my period, and instead I got acne. Now, it wasn't this bad instantly, but it got progressively worse. That injection did so much harm for my body. I didn't get a sign of a period for like 6 months, and then when I did, it would either be very, very heavy, unlike anything I've ever had before. It was as if like days of periods came at once, and that's horrible to listen to, but it's honest, and I don't want anyone to make the same mistake as I did if you're on the injection now or if you're thinking about getting it. Things like this aren't often talked about, I feel like, or if they are, they're not exactly like put into your face. You have to go out and do your research, so I feel like you don't stumble across this information. So periods, hormones, everything was just all over the place, and it was only about 2 months ago, I'd say, so that's almost like full circle. We're in August 2018 now, and last one I had, well, the last one expired around August of 2017, so only recently I got my period back, and it's so irregular. I'll have a period for 10 days, and then I won't have one for like a month and a half, and then I'll have one which lasts like 3 days. It's just so irregular, and every time I think, oh, my skin's getting better, I'll have another period, and I'll be like, oh well, that's why it's got worse. I know the changes that are happening inside my body will take effect on my face, which is so frustrating. There'll be times and I think, oh my gosh, my skin is getting better, and then all of a sudden I have this huge breakout and I'm like, why has this happened? And then I'll get a period the following day. So like I said, at the moment my skin is just all over the place. But why I'm filming this video, do I think products can help? Yeah, like I do, and I'm hopeful, and there's a lot of other factors in my life as well. I think hopefully this whole situation will calm eventually, but I've done research, and like literally all the products that I've got are supposed to help with hormonal acne, which is definitely what this is. And apart from that, I do everything by the book. I drink so much water. Well, not so much. I drink a normal amount of water. I eat a vegan diet, so I know it's not my diet. I wash my pillows regularly, my clothing, like everything. I don't wear makeup most days, so like it's not my lifestyle. I don't know. Anyway, so I've got some products that I want to try out during this, but I just wanted to give you background on my situation, and yeah, that's all I wanted to do really, and I just want to be help to at least one person. Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about the products, just overviews of each to help give context for the future clips. You definitely do not need all or any of these products to clear up acne, and you'll see why during this video. But I'm showing a gentle cleanser, foam cleanser, lightweight moisturiser, makeup removing oil, and then these next products are inspired by Korean skincare, and that's peeling pads, BHA solution, sun cream, serums and oils. So here's my skin this morning. It's feeling really dry. You can probably see that, especially around my chin area. That cleanser has a huge part in making my skin feel dry. I don't know what it is because it's supposed to be really gentle, but it cleans very well. Like, it makes your face feel squeaky clean, and I think that's just because it foams up. I find all products that foam up have that same feeling. Anyway, so since I am feeling really dry, like, it almost feels as if like I can't make huge mouth movements because it's that dry. I'm going to use my repair oil. I think in the future I'm going to keep this as a night product, but I don't know, we'll see. So, this is shake before use. Right, okay, I'm not sure how much I need. I've just put like 2 squirts on there. It was very weird using an oil like this. Okay, I think I have used a bit too much. And I don't want my pores to be clogged. It just smells like when you mix a bunch of essential oils together. I've just realised I'm not sure if you're supposed to pat oil in or massage it in like I've done, but I'll know for next time I'll use it. And now I'm just going to go in with my moisturiser. And today is worth mentioning that I will be wearing makeup. I'm going to film a video, maybe 2 videos, we'll see how it goes. And then I will show you guys the process of taking the makeup off and yeah, evening skincare. So I'm about to remove my makeup now and it looks awful. It must be that oil. The whole foundation has just completely separated on my skin. I looked in the mirror and I was like, no way. I just couldn't believe how bad it looked. My camera is about to die because I have been filming on it for a large portion of the day, but I'm going to be taking my cleansing oil. This one is just a mini one and it's really awkward to actually get out. You've got to like tap it loads. You'd think that you could just squeeze the bottle, but literally like none comes out. Okay, so I've got this much in my hand now, it's going everywhere. I'm just gonna rub it on my face. I know my skin looks really yellow in here, but bear in mind that I am using my bathroom lighting. I haven't got my studio light or anything in here, so it is a little bit tainted to what it looks like in real life. Oh my god, I look like I've been in the coal mines. Right, I'm gonna go for it. That felt like I was really trying to get it off hard. Like, it felt as if I was scrubbing at my face. I don't know if it's better for you than a wipe, because when you're using a wipe, you are putting force and dragging your face as well. But with an oil, you've kind of got the surface of the oil. But yeah, I'm gonna wash my face now. I feel like I don't want to. I feel like it's already drying up already. But I'm going to take the Essie cleanser. This cleanser is quite weird. It does feel quite moisturising actually, so I do really enjoy using this one. So I've got to talk quite low now because my mum's asleep. I'm awful at talking quietly, so probably by the end of these clips I'm going to be like almost shouting. I can't take myself seriously. Like, it feels like I'm doing ASMR, it's so weird. I'm going to start off by using these lemon sparkling peeling pads, and I did mention these. I will soon be getting the gel version, but for now I'm going to use this, and in my opinion it's kind of like a toner. So now I'm going to be taking the BHA Blackhead Liquid Power. This stuff is very liquidy. I'll try to show you it. This is like the best way. Like, I gotta use like almost 4 pumps. It seems like a lot. But otherwise the cotton pad just absorbs it. Okay, maybe I actually didn't need that much. Maybe 3. 2.5. It's really weird though, because especially all along my chin area, I don't know if you can see, it's very red. It's looking very inflamed, but all of my whiteheads seem to have disappeared. Like, it's literally just bright red. And now since I'm done with these pads, can we just have a look? I thought I got all of my makeup off with 2 cleansers, and that's what the back of them look like. The front of them is the worst. But I don't wear makeup often, and I feel like every time I'm gonna wear makeup, I'm gonna do this routine afterwards to really just compensate and treat my skin. Yeah, I've definitely started talking more loudly. I need to talk more quietly. Okay, so now I'm gonna try the probiotic serum by Essie. Now, I'm no pro, but I think you've gotta like tap it in. I don't know, I'm not doing a very good job. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. I feel like as long as you move it around your skin gently, it should be okay. Okay, now I've got the repair oil. I'm not sure if I should be using the repair oil and the probiotic serum at the same time, whether that's too much for my skin or not, but we'll see. So I just put 1 pump on my hand then, and it's so much. It does feel really nice treating my skin though. For the longest time I just hated my skin. I just picked at it because I could not stand the bumps, and occasionally I still do. I just do it subconsciously. Obviously I don't do it when I'm realising. Just got to that point now, and my skin is gonna be with me. It's gonna be on me. It's gonna be right here for the rest of my life. And if I pick at it, if I create craters in my face, if I do anything, I'm just gonna remember it every time I look in the mirror. And I pray to God that my acne isn't gonna last forever, so I don't want the lasting effects to last forever. I used to get so frustrated with my skin, and like I still do, but I definitely don't take out anger on my skin anymore. When my skin was playing up, I used to get an apricot scrub, literally like sand, and just put it all over my face because I would get that temporary, smooth, soft skin, and in the long run my face would bleed and it would just be horrible. But now I've just got to that point and it's like, it's not worth it. My skin is gonna be right here on my face for the rest of my life, so I've just got to treat it the best that I can. I definitely don't have as much confidence as I used to, but like I don't hate myself, so yeah. But now I've got the very last step, and this is the Hydro Moisturiser by Essie. I'm currently just using this as my go-to moisturiser. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of it, whether I'm gonna repurchase it or not. It is very expensive. Anyway, I've just got this in between my fingers. Like, my skin feels so nice. God, imagine if like this was the end of the video already. Oh, my skin's cleared. I wish. Okay, so it's literally been like 24 hours since I filmed my last clip. Probably like 23 hours if we're getting specific. My camera's in the exact same place, balancing on a remote control. But I don't want to speak too soon. I just looked in the mirror then in the bathroom. I did all of my skincare a lot earlier this evening. But I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, my skin is really looking quite clear. And it's just all like everywhere really, like especially on this side of my face. Down here, all of my spots seem to be flattening out, and again on my forehead. I do have one whitehead down here, but I'm pretty sure that's literally the only whitehead I've actually got on my whole face, which like usually I wake up with like 12, at least like 6 whiteheads. My skin has just been really crazy the last 2-3 weeks. Like it never used to be this bad. So it's just really weird, like waking up, well not even waking up, just looking in the mirror and things are changing. It really is just a guessing game on just pray for luck every time I look in the mirror. So it's really different looking in the mirror and thinking, oh my god, my skin is starting to clear up. I'm feeling really good about it. And here is a little bit of a skin update. It has only been 24 hours, but I just feel like the texture and like my skin in general, the appearance looks better. And I do actually have a whitehead here, so I have 2 at the moment. One here and one down here. But yeah, that's my current skin situation. I've got a very angry spot here, so I'm just staying away from that. So this is what my skin currently looks like. It's looking a lot worse actually from when I last spoke and said I had minimal whiteheads. And it's weird because really not long ago everything seemed to be flattening down, and yeah, things have just started popping up again, more whiteheads and just generally a lot of spots. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that all of this is just like a detox phrase. Did I just say that? I meant phase. Yeah, this is the current situation. I'm not feeling incredibly confident to go out today. I'm just gonna go to the post office and then I'm gonna walk the dogs later on this afternoon. But yeah, I'm not gonna wear any makeup because there's no point, I don't want to, and I'm not gonna let myself feel embarrassed or feel insecure. I'm just gonna go out and I'm just not gonna care what anyone thinks. But I also just received this in the post. I think I mentioned it in my very first clip. I have been using the pad versions for a while now, but I ordered the gel online and I thought it was supposed to arrive in September because it was coming for Korea and I didn't pay extra money to have it shipped fast. So this should be fun, and I think I'll use this tomorrow night just because I want to take things slow. As for now though, I have got on my Hydro Moisturiser, just the only moisturiser I use, and then I'm gonna put on some of this La Roche-Posay sun cream. This is factor 50, but obviously because I'm going out in the sun, I just want to protect my skin, so I'm gonna put this on very soon. Okay, so I'm not quite sure, but something is severely drying out my skin. It could be the cleanser, but it also could be this, because whatever it is, it's having lasting power on my skin. And I thought if it was a cleanser and if it was being washed off, I know it still does get rid of the initial like surface oils, but I thought if a cleanser was being drying, then, you know, like the results wouldn't be so long term. I say long term, but I literally mean like 2 days. My skin has just been really dry, and one observation that I noticed was that around my cheek area, like most of this is all flat or all going away. All down here is cleared up. Same with this side. But it's as if everything has just drawn onto my chin. Like my chin looks insane. One thing I was just thinking, which is so weird, but it's like I kind of have a preference where I like my acne to be. Well, I don't like it on my face at all, but if I have to have it, I like it to either be underneath my cheekbones, either on like the sides of my head, like literally like where I put contour, or just like my forehead in general. Like I don't like it on my my cheek area, especially like right around my nose. Okay, so here's another skin update, and last night I went to sleep and again woke up this morning and I've just been feeling really good about my skin, so I wanted to share that. So all on the top of my forehead seems to be clearing up. All of this cheek has just completely cleared up. There's a little bit left over here, but that's when one spot has gone on top of another spot, and that just takes absolutely ages to go away. But apart from that, like I said in one of my other clips, everything seems to have gathered around my chin area. And then this side seems to be clearing up as well. But the reason I'm standing up here is because I'm going to be doing my makeup today. I wore makeup yesterday and thankfully, if anything, my skin got better rather than got worse. And I'm going to be using this product here, and if you've watched me since I was doing makeup videos, then you might recognize this. It's the Liaweli Triple the Solution BB Cream, and this works wonders for acne prone skin. And I've got another one here, and in total I've probably been through about 10 of these. Okay, so I was just looking for my primers then because I was going to show you what I have, but it turns out I've only got this one left. Now, I don't use primers, I don't use this. I love the way it feels on my skin when I am applying makeup, but after a lot of research, I've realised that primers basically create a barrier and they stop your skin from breathing. I know there's like a proper scientific way that they say all that, but my preference is just to not use primer at all now, and this Liaweli one is supposed to be good for your skin. It actually is supposed to help acne. And for a BB cream, it is not like Western BB creams in the slightest. Like, I can just show you, I do it on half my face now, but I can show you how pigmented it is. And this was like hardly using anything. There's so much left on my hand. I put a bit too much on. Let me just Let me just show you the difference. So there we have it, we've got this side and we've got this side. And what I find with this is that you don't actually have to apply concealer. Sometimes I just take what's left on the back of my hand and use my finger to like dot it on. And I'm not usually this light all the time. Sometimes I wear a darker fake tan. Sometimes if I go on holiday, I'm trying not to tan now, but sometimes when I get burnt and all sorts, like my skin goes darker, so I'll always just mix a darker foundation in with that BB cream and it just creates a nice flawless base. And then the only other thing which I think is one of my best makeup tips, or you know, to do with acne, is to wash your brush frequently. I wash this after every 2 uses, so I used it yesterday, I used it today, and then I'll wash it. I would have washed it last night if I knew that I wasn't going to be wearing makeup for a while, but I knew I was going to be wearing it today and it wouldn't have dried in time. And this is a flat top kabuki brush, but it has gone very lopsided over the years. And I'm just going to apply this to the other side of my face, and I'll show you the finished look when it's done, in case you think anything looks a bit crazy. I don't really know what to say now, but basically I just wanted to show you guys the end product because, like I said, I know my face just looked a bit awful before with all like the wet makeup, so this is what it looks like when it's all set, all finished. The colour match I think is really nice, and you know, you can never tell truly with the lights and cameras, you can always just see better in real life. But this is what my skin looks like with makeup on, in case you were wondering. And it's so weird for me because when I usually look in the viewfinder setting up the camera for my normal videos, sorry, having some trouble with focusing there, but when I usually set up, this is what I usually look like. And when I've been filming these acne videos, I'm literally just coming on here my very raw self, my raw skin even to say. And yeah, it's just different that in this video you can get to see, I guess it's like both of my appearances. I feel completely different when I have makeup on. I don't know if I look completely different to other people or whether it's just a personal thing, but I'm confident with and without makeup, and I just wanted to show you guys that this is what I do when I do wear makeup. So here we are, nice and up close, and one thing that I will say is that my skin feels so healthy. It feels really nice and plump, and especially all the areas that don't have acne. Like, I don't know, it just feels like really great skin. I really learned to just love my skin and be grateful for my skin in general, because things could be way worse, and at the end of the day this is only acne. It's not a life-threatening disease, although it does affect my self-esteem. You know, I can choose to feel a certain way. This is the situation on the other side of my face. There's not any serious whiteheads. I haven't been getting many of those lately. I've been getting very, very tiny ones, but like they're literally whiteheads that just come off when I wash my face, and then I'm just left with these red bumps. Like I said, some of them are a little bit painful, mostly just around my jaw. But yeah, like I'm just so happy with the process, and like I don't know, I can't even speak. For the longest time I've just been so unhappy with my skin, and I've not felt like myself, and through the past, I'd say 3 months, especially when I was living in London, I wasn't wearing makeup at all. And I really just learned to love my skin regardless of what it looks like, and like things are finally starting to change. And it's okay because I learned to deal with acne and I was fine with it. But you know, like, ooh, I don't know, I feel kind of like mushy inside. Just wanted to say that I'm feeling happy. I woke up at like 10 o'clock this morning. Yesterday I was helping my dad in the garden and I must have just been so exhausted. I slept for 11 hours. But tonight it's my friend's birthday, I'm going out, and this morning I've woken up with a lot of whiteheads. So here's one side of my face up close. My skin is very dry at the moment, more dry than it usually is. So I've got one whitehead here on the side of my mouth, which is really annoying. I'm gonna have to use my mirror, I really can't tell properly in the viewfinder. They're right up here in the middle of my face, so that's hardly gonna look good. Good evening. I'm not feeling very well tonight. I've got like a hot water bottle here. I've got really bad period pains, but I promised myself that I'd film an update clip. This is the longest I've been throughout this whole journey without documenting, and I think it's been about a week. I just felt like there was nothing worth documenting. Like, my skin would get worse, like I showed. I think the last clips were when I had a lot of whiteheads. My skin would get worse, and then it would get normal, and then it would get worse again. Literally just like a back and forth span. Every day just looking in the mirror and seeing something different. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy, I'm good. If you want to know how I'm feeling, I'm just trying to stay positive. But to conclude this clip, we've got this side of my face, we've got this side of my face. My forehead is doing really well, actually. And the most important thing is that I'm happy. So I decided to not use the audio in these clips. What I was saying was just getting repetitive, and to be honest, it wasn't good for my own state of mind either. I still want to show what my skin was like and how it changed. And one other thing that I did mention in these clips though was that I was moving to a new city and starting a new job. Those were factors in my life that were changing, so thought I'd keep you up to speed. I don't even know how to start this. It is the 1st of November. No, this is not going to focus. It needs to be back here. I'm so out of it. So it's the 1st of November today, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't even looked back at the footage that was filmed in August, September. I just felt like I was doing these updates so often and nothing was changing, and I didn't want this to be repetitive. And I think I just felt that I had got all the research I needed, I'd compiled all the products, I was really feeling the law of attraction, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna get perfect skin in a month. And in reality of it, that's not what it is, obviously. And I'm like only now admitting this to myself on camera, which is really weird. But I thought today I would show you and tell you guys what I've been doing. Firstly, I'll show you my skin. I don't know if it's got better or if it's got worse. I think it'll look worse 100% because I've got acne scarring, but whether my skin is actually better or worse, I don't know. I think actually I'll insert some photos. I took a photo yesterday, which I'll insert here, and then I'm going to insert some from earlier on. I'll put the date on the screen now. And then now, oh, fancy editing, I'm going to put on both a side by side. Okay, so firstly, like I said, I'm going to show you guys my skin. Okay, so I haven't done this in a very long time, it's a little bit weird, but this is one side of my face. Now, one thing I want to say is this side looks so much worse than this side, and in reality this is the worst side. I've like over here I've got some really large, like deep, I don't know, like it's not like normal acne, like it doesn't have a head or anything like that. And again, I'm feeling like grossed out talking about this because I haven't spoken about it in so long. But this side does look actually quite fine, but these two bits here are quite a problem area. They're very hard, I don't know, it's all very weird, but it is going down, so it's not just like there permanently. And yeah, so this is one side of my face. Now, like my jawbone as well, I've got no acne on my jawbone, but then over here, like, it's so severe, and I feel like I'm talking to a doctor or someone. But it's just so weird because I sleep on both sides at night. Like I make sure, that was like the first thing I thought. I was like, oh no, I must be sleeping on the worst side. But yeah, like my forehead is, you know, it's very clear actually. It's very smooth regardless of what it looks like. My skin underneath, I love my skin. It is very smooth. I don't have any of those under the skin or tiny bumps, anything like that. No blackheads apart from like just the obvious on my nose. I really do like my skin. I'm happy with it, even though it's not everyone's thing. Like I love there are parts that I love about my skin, but unfortunately I was cursed with acne. But yeah, so up here it's a little bit like teenage acne. It's just like, you know, the spots that go in like 2 days. I've got nothing on my temples, which is really nice because often I get spots around here. But then yeah, like I said, my problem areas are my cheeks really, and sometimes a little bit around my mouth. So I still think it is hormonal. Like I said, I think the last time I was talking about my periods, they went back to normal. They did go back to normal, but then in September, I don't know what happened. I had like 4 separate periods, and 2 of them were 2 very heavy periods. Heavy like I've never ever experienced before. I was using a menstrual cup, and I still do now, but I was gonna say I haven't had a period in like a month. So as far as the period cycles going, definitely still irregular. Please, please, please do your research about what hormone altering medications you go on in terms of birth control. Cannot stress that enough. But yeah, this is where I'm up to, and I don't know why, but I just felt an urge to film this video. I think it was because the other night I live in an area where there's a lot of TV production going on, and if you're from the UK, you've probably heard of The Voice. If you haven't heard of it, it's like an X Factor type show. And that was near where I live, and there was a crowd there. So when I came home from work, I went over there, and the next thing I know, they were interviewing me and a bunch of other people in the crowd, and there was like these huge cameras, and I didn't even click that I wasn't wearing makeup or that I'd just come from a 9-hour day in work. So I was talking on it, and then only after actually I came in the house, I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't wearing makeup today. I only actually wear makeup 1 to 2 days a week. But at the beginning when I first started work, I was wearing it like 4 to 5. I know it sounds like I'm going on such a tangent here, but it does give context to the story. Basically, long story short, because I know I tell really long stories, my mum sent me this photo here. And okay, it doesn't look bad, it looks so washed out. I'm gonna insert the actual photo here, and I'll also insert the video. Basically, I was on the TV, and my first instinct, this was on national news as well. I think it was BBC or ITV, so like the biggest things in the UK, and I was literally on it for 3 seconds. But the point is that my mum sent me this, and I was like, oh my gosh, because obviously they filmed it. I only realised after I didn't have makeup on. I thought, they're not going to show it anyway. And then I saw this, and my first instinct was like, oh my god. I don't know. These things are just so stupid, but I want to put them in this video. I want to just gather my emotions so other people can relate, and like I said, I go out without makeup on a daily basis because I'm confident. Like I said before, I love my skin. My dad actually sent me a really nice text message because my first message to my family group chat was, oh my god, I look awful. My dad goes, it was good, and women only hide true beauty under makeup. And then he goes, you were totes amazeballs. I think I was almost like a little bit scared that if anyone knew me in real life or off YouTube who don't watch my videos regularly, and they thought, oh my god, she looks so much worse, so different. And like, then I think about it, and I actually think about it, not just like the first thing that comes to my head, and I'm like, those thoughts are so stupid. Like, it's so irrelevant what other people think. One thing though, which I'm gonna go home this weekend, and oh, everyone always just has to make a comment about my skin, and like most of the time, you know, everyone's being nice, but it really does feel like I'm just getting examined by everybody. Like at home, like by every single person in my family, oh, your skin looks better, or have you been wearing makeup? Like, people will say my skin looks better, or I look fresh, or like there's some people as well, it's mostly like older people who don't really realise, and it's like, ooh, your skin looks painful. It's like, have you seen a doctor? That I'm not looking forward to that this weekend. Like, I know people are just trying to be nice, but it's just like, you don't know what it feels like. And then people are like, go see a doctor. It's not as easy as just going to see a doctor. And I wish people would just realise that. It's like, if I would have trusted the doctor's opinion in the first place. But my hormones so messed up. And it's not like it's just this one-off thing. It's like, I used to be on the pill when I was 13 years old, or 12 or 13, because I had bad period pains, and they also said it would help with acne. I've tried all sorts of ointments and rollables and all types of things. There is no straightforward cure to acne, and like, people are like, oh, you know, I had this one friend, they just took this one pill and they were absolutely fine. And like, people don't realise, it's like, sometimes I just want to do it the natural way. Like, my body, my hormones will go back to normal eventually. Like, what is the point in trying to change them with medication? And it's just like, everyone thinks they know the answer, and you know, it really gets you, like, especially when I go home and like, my closest family is like making comments, and like I said, they're not malicious. It's like, oh, your skin looks nice, like, oh, it's clearing up a bit. That's one I get a lot. And it's like, are you sure you don't want to go to a doctor? Or I don't even know what this video has turned into. It just seems like sometimes people literally just like, why can't you like ask about something else or make a comment on something else? And then I also get, like, when I do get upset and when I do cry, people are like, well, why don't you just go to the doctors? Like, you won't be crying, you won't stress out, you won't look in the mirror and feel this way. And then I think, like, I don't look in the mirror and think about I'm ugly. Like, regardless of what anyone watching this video will think, like, I don't. I know this is only temporary. So to anyone watching this video, if your solution is go to the doctors, like, that's fair enough. Like, if that works for you and if that's what you want to do, then go for it. And like, I mean that sincerely. I am so envious that, you know, you can go to the doctors, and we're lucky that we do have that privilege. That, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, it doesn't cost us excess money to go to the doctors and go get treatment, especially if it's concerning mental health and it makes you feel a certain way. But people just don't seem to understand my choice that I don't want to go to a doctor's, because I just want to let my hormones do whatever they want. It's like, I'm not some type of natural freak or whatever. I just don't want to mess around with my body. So yeah, that's where I'm at is this update. I feel like that was so psychopathic then. So yeah, oh my god. So that is where I'm at. I'll quickly show you what I'm using, and I will make it very quick. Also, if you're wondering why I'm sat here like half naked, it's because I put fake tan on. Anyways, moisturiser, I'm using this. It's by The Body Shop, Vitamin E Moisture Cream, 48 hours, all skin types. I wanted something that was basic, gentle, but moisturising, so I opted with this. I like The Body Shop for a lot of gentle products, hence why I got this. I've then been sticking with this cleanser here, the CosRx Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. I will say this is very, very harsh on the skin. It foams up and it dries out your skin a lot. So I went from using this a lot to literally using it like 2 to 3 times a week. Most of the time I'll opt for this, which is the Essie Sensitive Cleanser, just because I feel like it is moisturising, and since I'm not wearing makeup, I don't need to like cleanse my skin so it's so dry. This though is running very, very low, and it's a very expensive product, and I'm just not in the point in it's not even English. I'm not at a point in my life where I can afford to spend this much on cleanser, but I'm so grateful to Essie for sending me this. I absolutely love it, but when I do run out of it, I'm gonna opt for like the cleanser version of this. I do like the aloe cleanser by the Body Shop, so I might go for that one. Either way, I'm using a cream cleanser just because it is nice and gentle. And then the last thing I wanted to comment on was this. No idea what I think of this. I stopped using it for a while, and then I started using it about 5 days ago, and then I feel like it's brought me out in more spots, especially around my jawline. But at this point in time, that could be hormones, that could be anything. So not sure what I think of this, but I still am going to be trialing it on and off because so many people have raved about this product, and I do like the concept of the BHA, you know, the internal exfoliating. But I have been really bad, and I haven't been using my sunblock, my SPF 50 when I've had this on, just because I feel like it's gonna block my pores, my sun cream, and because I do work 9-hour days and then I commute on top of that, I'm wearing sun cream for a very, very long time, and I'm not actually out in the sun, not even the sun, I'm just not outside for a long time, maximum 20 minutes a day when I'm walking out on my lunch break and I'm walking in and out of work. I know it's not very good for my skin, but personally I feel like I would just clog my skin more with sun cream. It's just like how comfortable I feel like I can feel sun cream on my skin. But I've talked for way too long, so I'm gonna close this clip now. It might even be almost a full video, which I would apologize for, but I think I'm going to edit this in a way that just gets all the important information and conveys my emotions right. I'm just going to put it out there. So if you want to keep on watching, then thank you so much. And the aim of this is just to help one person, just one person, maybe relate or feel better, feel comfortable. Just know that you're not alone. Because this day and age with social media, it's very easy just to use the smooth tool. Not just that, I mean also I can wear makeup and take a photo from far away and you would have no idea. So again, putting this on my channel to be more personal, to be more real, with the hope that it can help one person. So I'll see you in my next video, because this is most certainly not the end. Goodbye. As you can see, my skin has cleared up significantly. I was going to go into detail about products, but that's not what this video is about. It's not an advertisement, it's real life. What works for me might not work for the next person, and I want by watching this you take away more than just a product recommendation. I will be sharing the rest of my story in a future video, but as for now, I want to share some advice. When you leave the house knowing you're about to see people, be that school, the workplace, or the shopping centre for example, don't feel pressured to cover your acne if you don't want to. And just as important, if you want to wear makeup, wear it with confidence and don't let anyone make you feel like you shouldn't. You can't take everyone's advice and you can't please everyone either. Make yourself happy, have your journey your way. There'll be ups and downs, days better than others, but just remember, you're not alone.